Welcome to Metro.
Stopping all stations.
Change here.
Stopping all stations.
Change. Now arriving. Now arriving.
21 minutes.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
G'day guys and welcome back to episode 3 of Stopping All Stations. And Max, we're up to 3 episodes already. How good's that?
Mate, it is pretty good, isn't it? We've got a fantastic show today coming up here too, and we can't wait to crack into it.
As always, we'll be starting off with one of Melbourne's historical lines, the former Rosstown Railway, before stepping in for some news.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. We then got our mighty quiz with the scores tied. Safe to say, we're pretty competitive. I'm going to beat him, but that's all right. We'll also take a look at ranking some of Melbourne's best train lines before we get into some really cool facts.
I want to beat him too in the quiz, but after the facts, we've got a little surprise for all the listeners, so you'll have to stay tuned to find out what that is.
Oh boy, sounds like a cracking show, Ben. Let's get into the Rostown Rail line.
Running between Elsternwick on the Sandringham line and Oakley on the Pakenham line, the Rostown Railway served the Rostown Sugar Works and only had one train run along its tracks.
That's right, Ben. In the late 1850s, a young Englishman by the name of William Murray Ross was acquiring land in South Caulfield with the aim of creating a suburb called Rostown.
The government swiftly rejected, but suggested the line start at Oakley. During these times, there was no Pakenham line, and a main line via Elsternwick was on the tables.
The Rostown Junction Railway Act was passed in 1878 with the authority to construct a single 5-mile track line to be completed in 5 years.
Surely 5 years was enough to get the line done. That's a heap of time.
You better bloody hope so. That is surely. Mr. William Murray Ross got to get it done.
You'd think so. You'd hope so at least.
But in 1883, Mr. Ross was in a pickle and decided to build a 5-mile railway in 7 weeks, cutting many corners and creating level crossings.
Jeez, that's quick, isn't it? The line officially opened on November the 14th, 1888. Exactly 10 years after construction was authorised. And it was on this day that the first and only train ever ran, carrying a party of guests from Elsternwick to Oakley and back to Grange Road to celebrate with Ross at his residence.
This is where it quickly heads downhill, unfortunately, for our friend William Ross. After the reopening of the line in 1891, court cases appeared on the financial side of the railway. How did Ross pay for it?
In an attempt to rejuvenate the line, William proposed an extension of his railway to St Kilda, an idea that is fascinating today, but rejected by the government at the time. It seemed, with the collapsing Victorian economy, there was no place for the Rostown Railway in Melbourne.
What a shame. And quickly soon after, William O. Ross died in August of 1904, never able to pay his debts and his precious Rostown Railway in the hands of his bank. And amazingly, his sugar mill was never opened. The whole point of the line, that's a bit crazy.
I know, well that's a bit of an absolute fail, but the poor mate didn't even see the success of the line he made, however successful or unsuccessful it was.
Oh, that guy is very unlucky. 12 years later, in 1916, well after William Ross's death, an act to demolish the line was passed, with the rails pulled up and sold to Emu Bay Railway Company in Tasmania. And for the next 40 years, the land was sold off and today serves hundreds of houses in Carnegie.
Today, there is very little evidence of the line's existence, with a centenary plaque erected in the park preserve about 600 metres from the Frankston line, and a bird's eye view map of the alignment being 2 footprints of the railway.
That's pretty cool. But the Rostown Railway, a great idea with an unlucky outcome, is a hidden part of Melbourne's rail history. And 132 years on, should be known as the line on which one train journey was made. Oh dear.
Gee, that's such an unlucky story, isn't it? It's really sad that, there's nothing there at the minute, but hopefully we can get out there one day and film a video on the history-filled line.
100%. I'm sure we can find a few hidden little gems along there.
I'm sure there'll be something.
All right, so I think it's time we head to the newsroom for a few updates. Just a quick update for the newsroom today, and we begin with news that we have seen the start of coming trains being removed from service. The The coming trains have been a workhorse of the Melbourne's rail network for years, and they will start the decommission and eventual scrapping slowly, with 3 6-car sets currently sitting at North Shore near Geelong. Gaining graffiti, but you know.
That's okay.
The process will be completed roughly around 2027 or 2028 at this stage, but it'll be so sad to see them go after 40 years in service.
For the first time too, we've seen some actual designs for the suburban rail loop.
Oh, wow.
So there's been 4 little pictures of the new Monash station that have been released, and looks pretty cool.
Oh, I can agree with that. It looks insane, mate. I know it's so long away. It's insane how long away it is, but I'm already getting excited.
I know, it's pretty good, but it turns out that on the promotion, they actually had a train board, and the train was late. So, I mean, some things never change.
Oh, boy. No, don't diss the Melbourne train system like that, Benny boy.
We don't,
That is
we
very,
don't
very
condone
rude.
dissing them on here.
Anyway, very exciting. But that comes to the end of the news. Just a quick one today.
It was.
Now, let's head to the big ultimate quiz, the Franger line. Let's go.
Here we go.
All trains. All trains.
The big one has arrived, and this episode, it's the Frankston line getting pushed to the absolute limit, Benny boy.
That's correct, mate. The scores are level at 1-1, and I'm going to smash you here. I mean, surely it's my home line. A recipe for destruction.
Nah, not a chance, mate. Oh, my questions, I won't lie, they're pretty bloody hard, and they're going to stump you for sure.
Gee, it's scary stuff, but I'm going for a good score, I reckon. I mean, I want to be getting the win here, but let's go. Hit me with the first question.
Mate, I'm going to win. But your first question is a true or false question. Is the Frankston line longer than the Mernda line, starting from Flinders Street?
Oh, that is a toughie.
It's a good one to start with.
Now, the Mernda line, I don't reckon it was even in the conversation before the upgrades, before South Morang and Mernda extensions. But
It's a good call,
now
good call.
the Mernda line is very long, so it's definitely within striking distance. I am going to say that... Oh, it goes a long way, the Mernda line.
It does indeed, but does it go long enough?
I'm going to say that the Mernda line is bigger. Just.
Final answer?
Oh, wait a sec.
Oh, come on.
I
We don't have
reckon-
too many seconds here. Come on.
I reckon, okay, I'll speed it up, but I reckon actually the Frankston's about 40 k's from the city. I reckon Mernda's only about 30 odd. I reckon it's Frankston. Frankston, lock it in. Change my answer, Frankston.
Oh, switcheroo at the end.
Frankston.
Boy, oh boy. That is correct. Frankston
Oh, lucky.
is longer.
Oh, lucky. That's good.
42.7 k's. Mernda is 33. So
Oh, what did I say? What did
around
I
9
say?
k's away. That's according to trusty Wikipedia, but
Wikipedia?
I'm sure it's
Well,
right. I'm sure it's
Wikipedia
right.
is good when it comes to things, as we know.
Oh, of course.
Okay, Max, it is now time for your first question.
Oh boy.
Now, we've actually discussed this before, so I hope you get it right. In what month of what year was Southland Station opened?
Oh no. You've stiffed me here, mate. I should know this.
You should, and we have discussed this.
no.
We have discussed this.
Oh, discuss this to death, mate.
We have.
And I'm not going to waste any time. I have no idea of the month. I'm pretty sure it's 2018? No.
What are you thinking?
The train man is going embarrassing here.
You had similar
September.
struggles before.
I have. September of 2018.
You
Lock
reckon
it in.
September 2018. Lock that in. The correct answer, it's November 2017. So, you've got it a bit off. But that's okay. It was... I mean,
No, it's
lucky you
not
didn't
okay,
say...
Ben.
Lucky you
That's
didn't
not
say,
okay.
1967 or something. I mean, you're in...
Oh, look, I really should know that. I apologise to the listeners there. That is a shocking effort. But we must move on. to your question 2. In 2025, how many stations would have been rebuilt as a part of level crossing removal works?
Now, you love making me run through lots of stations. You've done it. You did it on the
I
Werribee
do.
line. You did it on the Mernda line.
I do it all the time.
It's time to run through it. So, let's count them. So, by 2025, as part of level crossing removals, we will have had not Frankston, not Cannonook, not Seaford. We would have had Carrum. We would have had Bond Beach, Chelsea, Edithvale. That's 4. Then not Mordialloc. We would have had Parkdale.
Are you sure
that's
about that?
5. Yeah, mate. Mate, come on.
Oh, no,
Come
mate. Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure of that. So we're up to Parkdale. That's 5. Then we would have had Mentone 6, Cheltenham 7, not Southland, not Hyatt, not Moorabbin, not Patterson. We would have had
We're skipping through them here.
Bentley,
Oh, boy.
McKinnon, Ormond, Glen Huntley, and that's it. I'm going to go with 11 final answer.
Has he got it? Well, I can tell you that it's close to 11, or is 11. What do you reckon? You're going to lock your answer in or change it?
Well, I've been through it. The only other one that's iffy would be Frankston, but that wasn't it was rebuilt, but it wasn't a level crossing removal. So, that's a real sort of dodgy one if you've put that in there. But,
I haven't.
good. The only other one, no, they're not getting rid of Seaford, are they? Surely not. I haven't read about Seaford.
Never know.
I haven't read about Seaford or Cannonook or any of the other ones. So, final answer 11.
Bang.
Bang, there we go.
2 from 2.
Good. That's a good start. Good start for me. Okay, now Max.
Cracking start.
That is a very good
Yes.
start. I agree. Max, your question 2. The stations Edithvale, Bond Beach, and Seaford were all opened in the early 1900s. In what order did they open? Now, as a history person like you know,
no.
you are, as someone who knows all about this, let's see how it goes.
Oh, dear. Okay, so what were the 3 stations?
The 3 stations were Edithvale, Bond Beach, and Seaford.
Oh, this is a toughie. So I'm going to say Bond Beach last. First thoughts, Bond Beach last, Seaford second, and the oldest was Edithvale. But I'm not 100% sure. I know Seaford was opened in the mid-1910s or prior to the First World War. That's just an educated guess. And I'm
Very
going to
interesting,
guess
very
that Edithvale was earlier on in the process. And I have no idea about Bond Beach, I'll be honest. But
That's okay. That's okay.
we'll just stick it at the end because, yeah. So, lock that in. Oldest, Edithvale. The middle, Seaford. And the youngest out of the 3, Bond Beach.
Beach. Well, I admire the skills there to get your answer, but it's just off. So the oldest is Seaford.
No.
The second oldest is Edithvale, and the newest is Bond Beach. Unlucky, mate. That was unlucky. That was a tough one. I'll give you a point there.
I'll take a point. But that's a shocker, mate. That is a real shocker. I should have gotten...
Just off.
It's alright. Your question 3, Ben. This is an interesting one, actually. You will not be expecting this.
Oh, boy.
On the previous train network map with just the blue and yellow,
Oh, yes.
which station was the end of Zone 1?
Okay. Now, this map, I've looked at it a lot. The good old yellow one. For some reason, Bentley springs to mind. But don't lock that in. Can I ask, is it... You know how there was that shared zone, yeah? With both?
Yeah.
Are we talking the end of the shared zone? Like...
The end of the shared zone,
Yeah,
yes.
cool. Yeah, I'm really tempted by Bentley, Or Patterson. Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, Patterson.
It could be
boy.
Patterson. Oh boy. Patterson or Bentley. It's one of them. I'm going to lock in Bentley, final answer. It's probably McKinnon.
Ben.
Just you watch it be McKinnon.
The correct answer is Bentley. Bang,
Yes,
bang, bang.
get in! Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm happy
Three
with that
for
one.
three. You're taking this away from me right
Oh,
here. It's a
Jeez,
clinic.
that's a good get. That's a good get. I mean, I remember there was always the debate of too many people were going to Bentley and no one was going to Patterson because Bentley was in Zone 1. So I think that must have
Wow.
been where it got it from. But that was a good question, and I'm happy I
You're
got
just a
that.
genius. An absolute genius, Ben.
Mate, we'll see how the last few go. I think you can still catch up here. So
No, I
Max.
doubt it, but we'll have a look.
we'll see. We'll see. Now, Max, I've got your question 3 in front of me here. How many stations along the Frankston line have 3 tracks running through them, not including sidings?
Oh, wow. Not including sightings. Oh, I'm sure.
Not
it's-
including sidings.
I mean,
no.
there's lots of sightings on the Frankston line, isn't there?
Oh, as you can imagine, there's a lot.
Alright, so let's go down the line, shall we? So, starting from Caulfield, right? Or not including Caulfield?
We will not include Caulfield, no.
Alright, so we got Glen Huntly, that's 1. Ormond, McKinnon, Bentley, Patterson, that's 5. Moorabbin. And then the tracks diverged to 2, I believe. And then... And then we got...
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon. Down
You
to
reckon? Yeah.
Cheltenham. Mentone, I think. And then Mordialloc, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Frankston has 2. Yeah. So at the moment I've got 9. The one I'm worried about is Mentone. I really should...
It's a tricky one because it got done at the level crossing
Yeah,
removal.
because I know it originally had 2 tracks, but when it got level crossing removed, did it get an extra track? Oh, I'm gonna say it did. Oh no!
You're gonna say
Lock in 9.
Lock in 9. Okay, so you're gonna say the 9 and 9. The 9 you had just for everyone at home. So you've got the stations from Moorabbin to Caulfield, not including Caulfield. You've got Cheltenham, you've got Mentone, and you've got Mordialloc. Is that correct, Max?
That's correct.
The correct answer was 8. Oh, that's unlucky. Mentone does not have 3 platforms.
I am
only got the 2.
stupid. I'm stupid.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
It's
it
not that
is,
bad.
man.
I mean,
that's shocking.
it was done at the same time as Cheltenham. Cheltenham's got 3, but sadly, Mentone's only got the 2.
Trayman falls over again, mate, and your lead is much bigger now.
It's a bit of a lead, I'll admit, but I think it's time to move on to the next question.
Anyway, question 4 for you, mate. This is probably the trickiest one. Bringing back the ripping question from the murder line. Can you name as many original station names that have been changed?
No,
There's 8 of
I
them.
can't.
There's 8 of them. Half a point for each.
I just can't.
You
Let's
just
go.
can't. Come on,
Let's
mate.
go. So I know that Moorabbin was called South Brighton. Yes.
Bang, that's half a point.
Good. There's one. Good. That's good. That's good. We discussed this not long ago. Ormond was called North Road.
Bang, that's another one. Smashed it.
Glen Huntly was called... Was that called Glen Huntly Road?
How was it?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. There was a space
yes.
between the Glen Huntly.
It was the space.
I'll give
Yes,
you that.
yes. There was... Well,
That's 3.
specify if there was a space.
Oh, yeah. 5 to go, mate. 5 to go.
Okay. I have a feeling Mentone might have been called Balcombe Road.
You have a feeling. You're going to lock that feeling in?
Oh, lock it in.
Yes, that's another one, mate.
Oh, he's on 4.
It's a stellar
Okay.
performance here from Ben.
I can't believe I'm doing this, can I just say? Can I name... Does a station that gets renamed twice count as 2 or just 1?
Ah, just one. The original
Just
name.
1. Good. Well, that was big old Glen Huntly before. Was that twice? Might have been twice. I don't know. Anyway, so we're on 4. I don't reckon Morty's been changed. Parkdale, maybe. Oh, no. There wasn't any of those stupid ones like we've seen on some other lines.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
go. I don't reckon Bentley's been changed. Oh, Bentley! Hang on. Was
Hang on.
Bentley East Brighton or Brighton East?
It might have been. You lock it in. What are you going to lock in?
Oh, I think it was. Considering it was South Brighton, I'm going to say it was East Brighton.
Mate, that's another one. That is impressive.
Oh yes, get in! I'm on 5.
Three
Only
more, mate.
3 more to go.
I'll give you the stations. So McKinnon, Hyatt, and Aspendale. Do you know the original station names of those 3?
Well, was Hyatt Road?
Lock it in.
Wait. Oh. I don't think of anything else. It wasn't like... Yeah, lock it in. Hyatt Road.
Oh my god, this is insane. That's correct as
Was
well.
it?
Yes.
Mate, it is... To be fair, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at this. I know it's like my home line, but far out. This is a performance and a half.
Come on, you can get these 2, I reckon.
Aspendale. Now, there's no, like, roads that are near there.
Indeed.
Unless it was, like, Mordialloc South or something along those lines. And then McKinnon... What, northeast Brighton? It's not that, is it? Wait, don't tell me McKinnon was McKinnon Road. Surely they didn't do that. Oh, I'm gonna... Listen, I don't actually have any idea for these 2. So Aspendale, I'm gonna lock in as... Oh, there was a racecourse there. Hang on. Aspendale
Ooh.
Racecourse. Lock in Aspendale Racecourse for Aspendale and lock in McKinnon Road for McKinnon. I don't think it's either of those 2, but I might as well have a ping.
Oh my days. Okay, so McKinnon was McKinnon Road. That's ridiculous.
No, stop it. Stop the cap. No.
Nah, I'm being dead serious. And, you got so close to the full sweep. Aspendale was called Aspendale Park Racecourse.
So
no.
close.
Well done, mate. You deserve a round of applause from that one, mate. That's
How
insane.
did I do that? Oh, far out.
You tell me how you did that. That's unbelievable.
I don't know, mate. Jeez. Anyway, I'm stunned by that. I'm not sure we can keep doing the quiz. This is just far out. Okay. We're on to question 4 for you, Max. Let's see.
I need a few questions. I need a few points here.
Get some points back. Let's see. So, from what Frankston Line station was a spur line to Beaumaris proposed to break off from in 1954?
Oh, no.
And certain individuals who are listening to the podcast might remember from my Instagram, I posted something about this earlier this year. So let's see if Max has
As I
any
should,
idea.
mate. This is... Oh, no. This is going to be the worst performance of the whole year for me, I reckon.
It's okay. I might have to make the questions a bit easier. I feel dodgy.
No,
here.
this is your home line. This is fair enough, and I clearly don't know the Frankston line very well, or at all.
Yeah, I'm stuffed for Glen Waverley. Don't worry.
Oh, you will. I'll make
I'm
the
in
questions
big
harder
trouble.
than you'll ever know. So, I reckon, considering where Beaumaris is, it's going to be...
I'll give you a clue. The line was basically a straight line. The proposed line. It never got built, obviously, but the proposed line was very straight.
Was it south or east-west? Oh, you can't
It
tell
was-
me. Oh.
It was... I think
Come
that
on, mate.
would...
I'm losing by like 5.
It was more.
It
was more north south than it was east west.
Oh, more north. Okay, so
a lot more.
it's gonna be around McKinnon Bentley area for sure, and that's what I was going to go for before you said that. I don't know which one though. I'm gonna say. I'm just trying to think. Patterson, it wouldn't be. Moorabbin, it could be Moorabbin. It could well be Moorabbin. I reckon it's either Moorabbin or Ormond. They wouldn't put it at Patterson. They would not put a line at Patterson.
Well, it's interesting to consider, I guess, the curvature of the Frankston line.
Yes,
too,
that's
and how
right.
It sort of goes around, isn't
The
it?
Moorabbin line, after Moorabbin, the line does curve a little bit. So You might have given the answer away there, mate, but I'm going to lock in Moorabbin after those brilliant comments.
You're going to lock in Moorabbin?
I'm going to lock in Moorabbin.
Good call, correct. Max has got it. He's got Moorabbin. Now,
Bang.
listen,
That's
I don't
crazy.
think that was too big a hint. Now, lucky you didn't say Ormond,
no,
by the
no.
way, mate. Because from Ormond, the Frankston line goes due south. So, it would have been hard for another
never
line
know.
to
It
have
could've-
branched off there.
Yeah, just straight lines. Just tandem down the Frankston line.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, that's a good
Alright,
get.
we're getting
That's
to
a
the
good get.
getting to the pointy end, mate. If you
We
don't
are,
get
we
this, -5 points
Oh,
to get me in
well,
it.
I'm not sure about that, but
No, I'm
we'll
joking,
see what
I'm
the
joking.
question is.
But this is a ripper, and good luck to those at home. If I was standing in 1900, first of all, I'd be pretty old, but how many stations past Caulfield to Frankston would I see?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. So it's
It is.
the original, the big ones, the real OGs of the Frankston line.
The big
Let's
Donnies,
have a look.
yes.
So, was Glenn Huntley there? I don't know. I'm in
Just give a
strife.
stab in the dark here, mate. It's a tough question. I'll put it in for the impossible factor.
I reckon Bentley was there. I reckon Moorabbin was there. I reckon Cheltenham was there. I reckon Hyatt was not there. I reckon Mentone was there. So, what have we got? Bentley, Moorabbin, Cheltenham, Mentone. I reckon Mordialloc was there. I reckon Chelsea was there. I reckon Carrum was there. I reckon Frankston was there.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go... But was there another one? There might have been another one. It might have been either Glenn Huntley or Hyatt or even like an Aspendale type.
So what's your current guess? What's your current guess?
So I reckon there's, 8 that are there. And I'm wondering whether to put another one. I reckon it's... Yeah. I reckon it went... was Glenn Huntley there?
Gonna have to lock in an answer here, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get it in. I'm going to have to get it in. I'm going to go 9.
9. It was 12.
Oh, I've
That's
missed
not bad.
a few there, haven't I?
Glenn
Yeah, what
Huntley,
did I miss?
Ormond,
Yeah.
McKinnon, East Brighton,
Ormond!
South Brighton.
Oh, Ormond.
I know.
Yeah.
Hyatt, Cheltenham,
Yep.
Mentone, Mordialloc, Aspendale Park, Carrum, and Frankston.
Oh, no Chelsea. Yeah, okay.
No Chelsea.
Fair enough. Listen, I'll take that quiz. I'm not going to be angry at the quiz just because of
Oh,
that.
mate,
I'm
your
happy.
total score out of a possible 8 was 6.5. That is absolutely bonkers.
Well, you've still got a question to go, mate.
And it's worth
So-
7 marks.
Let's see
Yes.
how we go. If you can get them all, I'll give you 3 marks for this one. That'll be
6. Come on,
a bit of a
6.
bonus. It'll be a bit of a bonus. No, we're not going 6, mate. Don't try and be sneaky.
Yes, we
with
are.
it, mate. Here we go.
All right, come on.
So, now you've been down the Frankston line multiple times.
I have, and that's what's
Let's
embarrassing my
see.
performance.
So you've been to all of these stations and you've been on this line. So, how many times between Mordialloc and Frankston does the rail line travel over a river, a creek, or a body of water? So, bridge over the top.
Oh, boy. All right.
Between Mordialloc and Frankston.
I'm not going to shank the names or butcher any guesses of names of the bodies of water, but I know that there's one after Bond Beach heading into Carrum. Oh, that's the only one I can think of. Oh dear, this is going to be a shocking answer here. I'm going to.
I mean, it could be that. It could be that. For
Maybe
extra
just
marks,
one.
you'll have to tell me. For extra marks, you'll have to tell me the name and a name too.
Well, considering it's worth 3 marks, I'm going to guess there's 3 bodies of water.
Oh no! Yes. Now that's. I'll tell you what.
Yes.
That's giving you 2 marks. You gotta get. You
Oh,
gotta get
2
one more, mate.
marks?
If you want the extra mark, you have to name at least one of them.
Oh my god. Alright, Patterson River? Patterson River? It's something like that. Patterson Creek, Patterson River.
What are you gonna lock in for that?
Oh,
And I want to see as many as you can, mate. Come on.
I have no idea what the other two are. I'm just...
Oh, okay. Patterson River, give it 3 marks for you.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
I'll take that. So what's that?
Now,
My total was 4.
Your total is, yes, 4.
That's embarrassing.
Which is okay. It's a
It's
comeback.
terrible.
Thanks to my generosity on the last question. But
Oh, many
mate,
thanks.
I think that's the lead that's gone to me. So I'll take that. It's a good result for me.
Yeah,
We've
2-1
gone
to you now,
a long
Ben.
time in this quiz too. But
Oh, that's a very long quiz.
okay.
Apologies for that. But
We
we
hope you
do
enjoyed
have a cracking segment coming up, a big controversial one. We're going to rank all the Melbourne lines. Let's get it.
we are.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
4 minutes.
Now arriving. Now arriving.
Now, this will just about be the most controversial segment we'll do for a while, but we're going to be ranking every line in Melbourne from best to worst.
Oh, indeed, Ben. Hopefully none of you guys get too angry at this. But before we start, it's the toughest thing we've done on the podcast, I reckon. The amount of time we've spent trying to mix and fiddle with this list is incredible. And it's not perfect. We know it's not.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, some lines are extremely close. It's really tough to rank them. But here we go. 16 lines, excluding the Flemington Racecourse line.
That's a shame. That is a real shame. But considering it's only 2 stations, we've got to leave it off. But before we get into the ranking, we got the help of some of you guys on our Instagram at Stopping All Stations to see what you thought was Melbourne's best line. And how'd that go?
Well, the winner, by a comfortable margin,
A comfortable margin.
was the almighty Sandringham line,
Oh,
overcoming
yes.
Williamstown in the grand final. What a win for Sandringham.
Well done, Sandringham.
It was a very good win.
I wonder how our lists will match up with yours. I think there are some similarities and a few differences, but let's get into it. What do we have at number 16, Ben?
Yes. Number 16, unlucky 16th to be fair. There's some nice parts on it. It's the Sunbury line. Now, none of the lines were particularly terrible, but Sunbury is unfortunately our worst choice. There was nothing in particular that stood out as great or not so great.
Completely agree there. Diggers Rest is surprisingly a really, really nice station. I absolutely love it. But South Kensington, my favourite station, or not so favourite station, isn't as
Favourite,
great.
yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, we not too big a fan of South Kensington. And what have we got in at 15, Max?
Now, another unlucky ranking here, we have the Craigieburn line. Definitely unlucky, but I guess the inner stations are really, really nice. You get
They are.
Newmarket, Kensington, all those, beautiful. However, still here with the northern end receiving some hate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the hate surrounds, the stations up near Broadmeadows and Jacana especially. I mean, listen, I have nothing against those two, but they're just not quite as nice as some of the other stations. There's some great parts on it, especially, as Max said, at Kensington and Newmarket. But in saying all this too, it gets a pretty decent service, but still finds itself at 15th.
Very stiff, very stiff. But moving on, at number 13 and 14th, we have the Pakenham and Cranbourne lines. We've decided to put them together because they share so much of their line. They're both pretty good. They actually are pretty good. The new Skyrail is picture perfect. Picture perfect.
We do like that. We do like how that looks, don't we? I mean, the design of that is world leader, I reckon.
However, Ben, some other stations do bring this line down the order, with Dandenong, Cranbourne and Officer not the finest in Melbourne. In saying that, nothing shocking about these two. Probably unlucky considering the upgrades that have recently taken place. I actually love the look of the brand new Marinda Park station. What about you?
Yeah, no, it is shaping very nicely, the new Marinda Park station. I think it's not a bad line. It's very diverse. It's got a lot of different things on it, so that's always nice to see. But yeah, unlucky for Pakenham and Cranbourne lines. They fit down below a bit.
Exactly right. And at number 12, we have the Stony Point line. Again, unlucky to be down this low, considering how interesting we both find it. I mean, it's so unique.
Yeah, we find it super unique. I mean, Stony Point Station it's super unique. I mean, I like all the stations, I guess, but I've only been able to travel along it a few times. It's so different though to anything else we have.
Yeah, and the difference is kind of subdued by the train frequencies, which are pretty shocking. Every 2 hours sometimes not even at all, like late night services. It's hard to play Stony Point. It should be much higher, could be much higher, but there are some fantastic lines to come, aren't there?
There's definitely some good lines to come, and again, unlucky for Stony Point, but I mean that service, it needs an upgrade somehow. So in at 11 though, we have the Werribee line, and
oh boy,
the Werribee line, it's a mixed bag, isn't it, Max?
It is such a mixed bag. The Altona Loop is some of the best stuff on the system. I mean, See Home is one of my favourite stations, as you guys know. If it was just the Altona Loop, it'd certainly be up in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, the Altona Loop's very nice, but some of the later stations, Aircraft and Laverton, they just, don't have the same vibe that some of the other ones have. But I mean, some of the stations are getting upgrades. So Hoppers Crossing, Aircraft, with level crossing removals coming up, might zoom it up the list in the next couple of years. Who knows?
You just never know. It could. I don't mind the line, actually. But
it's not that bad at all, no.
Exactly.
Unlucky to be 11th.
Right. At number 10, cracking the top 10, we have Lilydale line, not station. The eastern powerhouse of the Lilydale line. Maybe surprising to some, it's so early, but some great upcoming lines, as we've all said, and nothing truly standing out as unbelievable as we see on the Foresty Belgrave branch.
I mean, you go down the line to Lilydale, and yeah, nothing's terrible. I mean, we may see some improvements as well, just like with Werribee. With all the stations sort of on the Lilydale branch from Ringwood, they're getting big upgrades with Ringwood East, Croydon, Mooroolbark, and Lilydale stations soon to get some big changes coming to them. So it made it higher than we thought in your rankings as well, and that's fair enough. I mean, you had it going all the way to the semi-finals, so it's a very solid line.
Indeed it is, very, very solid. But of course, not in the top 5 as we've seen. Number 9, the Mernda line, the sturdy, dependable line. We both adore the extension through the Mernda, don't we? And we love the new stations up there, especially Middle Gorge. Unbelievable station right there.
Definitely. I mean, a fair bit of the line is, pretty average, but just like sort of the Lilydale line, it's about as solid as they come.
Forget Ninthland, it's Ninth Mernda today. Prominent AFL reference there.
Very, very good reference there. On to the Upfield line. The Upfield line in 8th, and it's just stuck into the top 8 here. And, I mean, again, it's a real mix, the Upfield line. We've both been along it together, and we both enjoyed that. But it's got a huge range in stations and culture that it passes. I mean, we've been to the end of it, and that's probably where it sort of lacks a bit down near the end. It's still, a very nice line, especially in the inner section. Sort of like Craigieburn in a sense, like, your Brunswicks and your Jewels and your Royal Park. But, it's a very good position in 8th. It's tough competition.
Exactly right. I mean, Gary is certainly not the greatest station on the map, and as we've seen with the lines before, that there are some interesting stations. Milnston, however, has a pretty awesome little library that Ben absolutely loves, and you might hear about that soon. Upfield line video coming very soon, guys.
We do love the little library. Just you wait till you hear about that. In 7th place, though, we have the Alamein line. The quaint and quiet Alamein line, I'd say. It's where we both first met, actually. And, well, as the trains roll through the trees, it's fair to say the Alamein line is a very nice line.
No complaints at all there, mate. Both big fans of the Alamein line. And nice to see some exposure for once. I mean, it is the quietest line on the Melbourne train system, other than Stony Point, of course. But it's
definitely
absolutely beautiful. Ripper line. Now, what do we have at number 6? We have...
Number 6, the Williamstown line.
Yes.
So the Williamstown line, straddling Hobson's Bay, another quiet line, actually, is perfect for a great trip down to Williamstown. I mean, you can pop down there, have some scrumptious fish and chips by the shore. No hassle, no fuss, and some beautiful stations.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Williamstown Beach and Williamstown, cracking stations. Really nice line. Quite frankly, What more could you want, Ben? Seriously.
Oh, I don't even know. I mean, it's made your final too. I mean, it was unlucky to lose to Sandringham in the end, but it's a bit higher than we thought in your rankings, so well done to the Williamstown line.
And number 5, my line, the Glen Waverley line. Really not many flaws here, and it may be slight bias, but it just feels just comfortable, safe, homey line with good stations all the way along.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, through the sort of upper suburbs near Hayington to the bushy Jordanville, it's great. I mean, there's nothing super outstanding, but it does its role absolutely perfectly. And to be honest, mate, I think this was almost a unanimous decision to have it up fairly high.
Exactly right. Oh, it's great to see that's number 5. I'll take that. I'll take that.
You should. I mean, I think I even, had it right up at 5. So I don't think there was any bias there, mate. It's well known to be a very good line.
Very true. And now we've got the big 4. At number 4, could be a surprise, could be not. We've got the Belgrave line. As trains rattle up to Upper Venture Gully and through the amazing forests of Tacoma, my favourite station, of course, and potentially yours as well. There's definitely something special about the Belgrave line, isn't there?
There is. I mean, it could be argued that the middle bit between Box Hill and Ringwood is a bit boring. I mean, what it loses here is definitely made up for by the spectacular finish through the hills. And as we said on our bit before about our favourite stations, it's right up there in mine too.
Beautiful. It's a great line. Can't complain at all.
It is.
And number 3, pretty high for some people, but we've got the Hurstbridge line. Now, dirt level crossings, a massive old trestle bridge, the least used station in all of Melbourne. Welcome to the Hurstbridge line.
It really does snake its way right through Melbourne's leafy northeast. I mean, and it's as diverse as they come with no major weakness. It's a worthy holder of position 3.
Oh, exactly. I mean, West Garth, near the city, absolute beautiful station. And then you get up to McLeod, Montmorency's alright, and then Hurstbridge is not too bad. All the way along, you got pretty good stations.
And again, it's unique. I think there's sort of a pattern growing here with the uniqueness of lines is massive for us. I mean, its service, it could be better in that sense, to be honest.
Oh, it could. It could be much better.
It's as we know, but no, it's definitely worthy, I think, of position 3.
Now, Ben, what is at number 2? We've got the Sandringham and Frankston lines, 1 and 2. What is the number 2?
We do. Number 2. Now, remember, you guys had Sandringham as number 1 on our Instagram story. But for us at number 2, we've got Frankston. We've got Frankston at number 2. So we all know that the good old Frankston line, it does get a bad rap. And I'll admit, it's obviously my line, and there was a little bit of bias, but I think Max agreed with me here too, and he's not from the Frankston line, that it's a pretty damn good line, isn't it?
It's a bloody good line. It's got some of the greatest views on the line. It's a mixed bag of old and new stations, and it works perfectly. The mighty Caulfield to Cheltenham Express, that's a ripper as well, mate. I'm sure you love that on your daily commute. It definitely deserves the number 2 place.
Definitely. I mean, it's just something so unique, I guess, and some of those views, I mean, down past Carrum and the beautiful area down there, it's very good. And it gets 10-minute all-day service, which is fantastic. I mean, we love that, don't we?
Oh, we do love it. And I know Cannonook is a melon of a station, we all know that, but ranging from Cheltenham to Carrum, this is fantastic indeed. And it could get even better with current level crossing removals down at Bond Beach and Chelsea. They're looking absolutely amazing so far.
Yeah. Oh, I can't agree more. It's a great line, this Frankston line, and in its second place, well, deserves its spot.
And of course, we all know what's number 1, the Sandringham line. But a bit unanimous across the Melbourne community, although some people don't agree. That's okay, because the bushy suburbs, beautiful. Sandringham line, also beautiful. This is a nice part of Melbourne, really nice part. And as Ben and I discussed before, it just has it all.
Stunning views, history. I mean, it's just a fantastic line. I mean, Windsor Station, for example, it's so cool, and it's all beauty all the way to Sandy, really.
I mean, you and I, we went to Windsor last summer and absolutely packed with history. What a station. And I know that
Yeah,
Brighton Beach
yeah,
is
for
one of
sure.
your favourites, isn't it?
It is. Brighton Beach is one of my stations. It's got some history for me. I think I might have discussed it on my favourite one. And I know not everyone listening will be footy fans, but we are. And there's some good memories from going to the footy on a warm September night from Brighton Beach Station. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Footy's going well at the minute, mate, isn't it?
Yep, it is. I'm sure you've had lots of September times as a Melbourne supporter, yep, for sure.
Yeah, okay. You enjoy the second last place. But this isn't a football podcast, so I think the Sandringham line is a very deserving winner from both you guys and from us.
Indeed it is. And there we go. That's our ranking. Hopefully you guys don't disagree too much. We would love to argue your points or listen to your points in the comments or anywhere over our socials.
Just let us know anywhere, just whatever. Yep, sounds good.
And now we've got pretty good segment coming up, Ben. We got some facts.
We do. We love the facts, don't we?
And we've got some crackers this week. Let's go.
Right, we're on to the facts now, and we've had some good facts over the last few weeks, haven't we, Max? With big old
we
Japan. We have. So my first one today, we're heading back to Europe. And we're going to one of the great marvels of the modern world, the Channel Tunnel, linking continental Europe with Great Britain. But did you know that when the tunnel was built, they didn't exactly meet in exact alignment?
What?
When the machines met under the English Channel, the tunnel was about 30 centimetres out horizontally and 8 centimetres out vertically, which is pretty remarkable when you consider the mammoth engineering task undertaken.
Oh, exactly. I mean, if you get the ruler out, it's not going to seem much. But for, I don't know how much it would cost. Billions, I assume.
Yeah.
That is just crazy.
To be fair, I'm going to give them that because 30 centimetres out horizontally and 8 centimetres vertically, I reckon, for when was it? The 1990s, yeah? That's pretty good. So I'll give them that.
Oh, it is.
And, mate, we are off to China for your fact, aren't we?
That's right, Ben. Moving away from Japan, finally. But I'm going to ask you a question here. In 2020, singular year, China constructed an absurd amount of railway lines. Now, Ben, how much do you reckon they built to the nearest kilometre? Give me a rough estimate.
In 1 year, so only 1 year of building railway lines. What could that be? I'm going to go, rough estimate, 1,200 Ks.
That's a pretty high number.
It is. It's a high number.
No, but it is
Maybe too high.
Between 2,900 and 4,000 kilometres in a single year.
That's a lot.
With over half of that going
is a
to
lot.
high-speed rail. That is ridiculous. That's enough to go from Melbourne to Perth and have a bit of change.
That's a lot. That's a lot of railway, isn't it?
Why can't Australia do that,
They're
Ben?
building a lot there, aren't
Why
they?
can't Australia
Oh,
do
I
that?
wish.
Anyway, that's all right.
Be nice.
Now, guys, if you're still listening, you've reached the secret segment. Let's go into the giveaway.
Let's go.
All change. Welcome to China.
To end this banging, beautiful podcast, a reward for those of you still around. We're giving away a free copy of the almighty Train Game.
If you haven't heard, it's basically a fun, fast-paced card game based around the Melbourne train system, created by an awesome local business.
Seriously, we're not getting paid to say this. We're not. It's such a good game, and you'll definitely love this.
So to go into the running, you guys simply have to, number 1, follow the Train Game on Instagram, and number 2, tag a mate on our Instagram page post for episode 3, and you're done.
You're done. It's just that easy. We'll let you know when the giveaway is announced, and best of luck to all of you.
Thanks again for listening, everyone. It's been another pretty fun pod, hasn't it, Max?
It certainly has. I can't believe it's already done. It's just so fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to look out for the next one.
A quick update too on our little plan to travel to all the stations in one day. We've done a bit more planning and there's nothing more confirmed yet, but hopefully we'll have some more details for you soon.
We will.
Stay tuned.
We'll keep you updated, guys. It's such a big project. And don't forget to go into the running for a pristine train game. Send some love on the socials. And until next time, see ya.
See ya.